Okay. 2D10. Put this to one side, and let's bring up AutoCAD. I'll close that, open it back up. Where's title block? Title block. All right, here we go. Side by side, scale equals 20. So I'm going to take my title block, hit the scale button, choose a base point, type 20, enter, and then it's 20. Although I'm not going to draw inside of here because it's kind of a weird shape. It's not symmetrical, so I'm going to draw outside first and then put it in. Okay. I also want to change my properties to be a little thicker just so it's easy for y'all to see. You don't have to do that part. Okay. I got a line going down the middle. Line going down the middle. Is that really necessary right now? Okay, let's just look at this. 75 plus 25 is 100, 113. So if I make my line something like 130, that'll be about the right size for my center line. I'll change the line type, which we should all know how to do by now. I'm loading the line type center up, and I'm changing properties to magenta center line. Oh, did that work? Okay. Since this drawing is so big, do you see how the center lines are like really small, like that? There's a command called line type scale, or LT scale. By default, it's set to 1. We want to change that to 15. What that does is it changes the spacing of things like hidden lines, center lines, etc., so that we can, see the spacing a little better. So LTS, which is line type scale, set it to 15. Okay. Let's start at the top. We'll just start right here. We're going to make this line 98. What's half of 98? Doesn't matter. Let's not do math then. Let's just draw a line that's 98, and then we'll use the move tool. We'll grab it from the midpoint and put it there. I'm going to slide this up a little bit because it should kind of match that. You don't have to do that. You could leave it like that, but it doesn't matter. All right, so that's 98. That's what's important. Then I'm going to come down. How far? Hello? Is anyone paying attention? How far does this line come down? 13. Thank you. 13. Thank you. Come on, guys. All right. How about over this direction? Oh, that's going to be some math, all right? So we got to do some math in order to figure out how far this comes over. We have to take this 98. Someone have a calculator? All right, someone have a calculator out, and I'm going to tell you what to put in because I don't want to have a calculator up. Did you do 98 minus 44? Divided by 2 because there's two sides, and it's what? Okay, so this line should be 27. So we took the entire width of the object, 98. We subtracted the width of this piece from here to here, which was 44. We took that value and we divided by a 2 because there's two sides. And we got 27. Okay, so I'll do that on the other side as well. 27. Okay, then I come down. 25. Oh no, I'm frozen. There we go. Okay, 25. I'll do that on the other side as well. 25. And then it comes out. Oh no, it doesn't tell me how far. So I have to look at some dimensions. Down here, it says 62. So from here to there, I don't know. I don't think this lines up with that straight up like that. You think it's 10? This might be tricky. Oh, 62, which is from here to here, minus 42, which is this. So you're saying this lines up with that? Maybe.
Wait, how much did you go over, like, after the 13 measurement?
13. Oh, this is 27. But I'm trying to figure out how far this goes out.
Or 62 minus 44, because that's the top and end.
62 minus 44, and then divide that by 2.
No, just, divide by 2, but one of the sides doesn't obviously have it.
How about this? When you say 62 minus 42 or minus 44, either way, it's kind of like you're assuming that these line up. Let's not assume that. Let's do this instead. Let's do it a different way. Let's do 75 plus 25 plus 13. Let's do that real quick. 75 plus 25 plus 13 equals 113. So the whole height of my object is 113. So I'm going to draw a line down 113. Now I'm at the bottom. Now I can for sure go over half of 62, which is 31, right? And then I can come up 75. 75. And then that should line up with that directly right there, and we get 9. Did you have 9 for your value, anyone? Did anyone guess 9?
Wait, how much did you
Here or here?
Both.
This one right here is half of 62, which is 31. So I went over 31, up 75, and then back over 9. This is 9. But just to check, if I take 60, oh shoot. Oh, there's a calculator in AutoCAD right there. All right, just to check what we were thinking before. 62 minus 44 equals 18. So yeah, you were right. If you took 62 minus 44, you get 18, and you divide that by 2, and you get 9 for that. But this way, I just wanted to make sure. Okay. All right, so from here, I guess I could start on this side. This comes to the right, 36. And then I'm going to come down the diameter of the largest circle. So the diameter of the largest circle is 62. So I'm just going to come down 62. And then over 36 again. And then down however far I need to go in order to make that. I'm just going to draw those two, extend those two lines. Well, actually, that's not going to work, is it? That wasn't good. I need to come over 31 from here, and then up. I needed to make sure that this total is 62. So this line on the bottom is not the same that it is on the top. So on the top it's 36, but on the bottom it's 27. Okay. Now I can make my 3 circles using the diameter circle tool. I'll click this one. The largest one was 62. And then I'll do it again. The next one is 50. And then a third time will be 25. Those are my 3 circles. I can erase that line. And I can trim the big circle out because it doesn't continue all the way around. And I've got that. Okay. While I'm here, I'm just going to use the copy tool to copy this center line over to here. And I'm going to shrink it down. Actually, I'm going to use the scale tool. Sometimes I use the scale tool to make these things smaller. And then you can just move your mouse. I'm going to do 0.2. Oh, bummer. Scale, how about 0.3? That looks good. Copy, paste, use the rotate tool. Rotate. I'm going to rotate it sideways and then move this over to there. You don't have to do that the same way I did, obviously. The point is just to get 2 center lines that cross right there. Okay. And then from here, let's start from the bottom. We've got basically a little cutout right here that's 42 wide and 19 tall. So you could just draw a box that's 42, 19, 42, 19, and then just use the move tool, grab it from the bottom midpoint and place it up there. Then you've got another box that's 50 wide by 42 tall. So again, same thing, 50, 42, 50, and then grab it, use the move tool to grab it from the bottom, place it there. Now what happens on this one is it has little fillets or curves on the corners. Up in the top right, we have a little note that says all fillet radii are 3, so I'm going to do fillet radius 3. Click the corners, the lines to curve the corners. And then the last one is 25 wide, but it doesn't tell me how tall it is. I would have to kind of figure that out. But what you can also do is just take this purple line and offset it half of 25, which is 12.5. Offsetting that over that direction and that direction. And I'll use the trim tool to trim them. then make them white continuous lines like that. So that should be right. Those are 25 off. And then the very last thing is this little section right here. Basically, there's a little space, and then there's a line that goes at 45 degrees each way from the space. So what I know is that from here, I'll make this line red so it's easier to see. This line, if it was offset down 12, that would be the top of this little piece. So I'm going to offset this line down 12. And at that intersection right there, that's where it flares out at a 45 degrees. As long as I have polar tracking on, set to 45 degrees, my line will snap 45 degrees that way and 45 degrees that way. Then I can erase these two babies, draw a line from here going over, and trim that and that. That's the shape. Last thing is hatch. It says ANSI 31 hatch with a scale of 30. We're going to use the hatch tool right here. The pattern can be selected by clicking hatch pattern. Pattern's right there. Hover your mouse over those two sections. And it looks solid, but it's actually not. It's just because the scale is really small. If I change this value right here to 30, as it says on the example, it will give you lines that are diagonal all over the place like that. And I think that's it. Did I get everything? Got the curves, circles. I think that's it, minus the dimensions. But they're all linear dimensions or diameter dimensions, so that should be pretty easy. In order to center it, I'll do that last. Put it in a box. There's the top right, or top left, I mean. And then here is the bottom right. Move, grab it from the midpoint of the red line to the midpoint of this red line. It should be centered like that. I know that's a lot, but let's do it.